Welcome to 30 Techniques of Creative Writing and Other Acts of Writer's Magic. This manual right here, it's 30 pages long. It's not a book. Books tend to be wordy. This is not. This will show you a technique and show you a specific example of how to apply that technique. My name is Ben Thomas, and I'm about ready to improve your writing techniques. Now, just so you know who I am, I've written 6 books. 2 of them are here. Codebreaker and Scuba Gold. These are young adult books, so we'll talk about them later. I have 11 national articles in national magazines, and recently I have taught creative writing at the University of Maine in Augusta Senior College. Now, stay with me. Keep your hand off the mouse. This 30-page manual, I promise, will improve your writing. I've used it in high school classrooms, I've used it in the college level, and it instantly will change the sound and the fury of any manuscript that you're working on. It's $10. $10. Now, if $10 is too much money, go away, move your mouse, get rid of me. But if it's not, stay with me. I'm about ready to show you 5 of the 30 techniques of writing that you'll get when you order this manual. Now, they're going to scroll on your screen right now, and I'm going to overread it a little bit so you can stay with me. The first one is tags. When an author uses a tag, he or she is giving the reader a visual mental shortcut so the reader can quickly see the character without the author redescribing that character. For example, someone might have a peg leg or be redheaded, we call him Carrot Top, the bald man, the one-eyed guy, or the gold tooth. From Codebreaker, I wrote, "The laugh he uttered was just above a squeak, and when his mouth opened, a silver tooth looked dull and dead in the waning light from the overcast sky." Later in Codebreaker, he becomes Silvertooth, and that's how I used a tag. The second one, your character thinks for another. Sam thought about Blackie. He won't rush me, at least not right away. He'll wait until I clear the doorway. It's too risky for him to attack me in here. Blackie will wait until the moon goes down. He'll take his time. What's nice about this is that you, as the reader, get information without the author really telling you anything. The third one event follows another, logically. The sun dropped down behind the horizon. And you can leave it there. That's fine. The sun dropped down behind the horizon. But this, I think you'll agree, is better. The sun dropped down behind the horizon. Darkness seemed to follow almost immediately, logically, from the sun goes down to darkness. The wind blew. What was the result of the wind blowing? Becky wiped her hair away from her face. She cried. They broke up, and the boyfriend got her all upset. She goes home. She cried and cried and cried all night. That's okay. But if you say she cried and cried and cried all night, and in the morning her pillow was wet, that's better. The temperature suddenly dropped. Jack zipped up his jacket. Rain pounded onto the streets. Puddle formed in the gutters. One thing follows another. And the fourth one, have the hero wonder about a future event. She'll probably look more like a man than a woman, he thought to himself. Practical shoes and a face like the Sphinx. Then he turned the corner and found himself face to face with a beautiful woman. And the last one, number 5. This is my favorite. Always give the reader a reason to turn the page. 2 bad guys are chasing the hero and the heroine, Jack and Jenna, on an island. They found something on the island that's valuable, and the bad guys want it. They're chasing them across the island. They're shooting at them. And Jack and Jenna have a boat on shore. They hope the tide hasn't left it high and dry, but it hasn't. They jump in the boat when this starts to take place. The first bullet thwacked into the wood hull, and with a wet-sounding thud. The second nicked the steering wheel. Cardona was 30 yards away with Gatto at his side. He could see the strain and effort on his face. I gave the key a frantic twist, followed by the sound of the starter grinding in my ears. I snapped my eyes up the beach. Cardona was spent, bent over at the waist, gasping for breath, sucking air. He was done. Gatto, the skinny guy, that's a tag, okay? Gatto, the skinny guy, reached down and took the pistol from his hand, popped into a shooting stance, the barrel pointed at my head. There was no place to hide. I waited for the bullet. Fire and smoke belched from the pistol. A blow like a hammer swatted me to the deck. Jenna leaped to the wheel and to the key. Jack the motor won't start. End of chapter. I think you're going to turn the page. We're about halfway through. We've talked about 30 techniques of creative writing. I'd like to speak just a few minutes on other acts of writer's magic, and this may, for some of you, be the most important part. How do you use other acts of writer's magic? Well, it's like a thesaurus, only it's not a word thesaurus, it's a phrase thesaurus. For example, you decided you wanted to, you were writing something and you used the word afraid, and you looked in the thesaurus and you found the word frightened. So now you tell me that Sam is frightened. Well, that's not really good, because you're telling me Sam is frightened. What I want you to do is to show me that Sam is frightened. So I went inside here in my manual, and you could probably see all these lists and lists and lists. These are phrases that can describe how a person feels, how different body parts function. So I picked out of some of my phrases: adrenaline coursed through the body, nausea swept, my throat went dry, Sam's legs buckled, fear dried in his mouth. Now I'm showing the reader, I'm not telling him he's afraid, I'm showing him that it's afraid. You wrote in your adventure novel about Sam. Sam is being chased by the bad guys. They're close, and he's climbing up this cliff as fast as he can. It's a long ways up. He gets up there, and he reaches over the top and hauls himself over. You wrote, Sam laid his hand on the edge of the cliff and pulled himself over. Ugh, doesn't quite cut it. By using my phrase thesaurus, I was able to bring bodily functions in here. Fatigue, physical hurt, how the heart behaves when it's under stress, how the rest of the body is affected. Now, when I rewrote that, it sounds like this. Sam's thoughts were in a turmoil. His hands, wet with sweat, threatened to slip, catapulting him backwards into space. Sam's heart felt squeezed. His mouth felt dry with the effort of clinging to the splintery rock. Muscle tightened along his arm, and hands trembled as he reached for the narrow ledge, and he felt torn with fatigue. Sam leaned his exhausted body close against the wet rock. The next hand grip was just out of reach. He strained and struggled upward and heaved his tortured body over the lip of the cliff, then sprawled lengthwise and lay withering as he flopped over the top of the cliff. Now that's overdoing it, and I did it for emphasis, but you get the idea. It sounds much better. We're showing the reader how tired Sam is, some of the bodily functions that are working against him as he scrambles up the cliff. At the end of this little video, you go down, take a piece of paper and pencil, and you write down for me the number of ways that a character can move. And when you're all done, I'm going to offer you 75% more than you could possibly dream up of. Bent kneed, walked with feet spread apart, walked straight-legged, sprayed his legs, feet shuffled, fumbled, staggered, stamped, swayed, fetched, sank back, toiled, struggled, squirmed, thrashed, lurched, hoisted, and so on and on and on. My suggestion to you is that you write your story, and on the rewrite, insert your character into some of these phrases that are in other acts. I also wrote a lot of stuff. These two books are young adults. A lot of them are aimed at teenagers. I'll give you some teenage terms that I threw down here. You got a whole bunch of them right here. You got to sound like you know what you're doing. Chill out, totally gross, creepy, weird, big deal, take a walk, he's cute, totally cool, major, stud man, give me a break. What's your problem? Totally apologize. And the new one that's out that a lot of you probably don't know is sick. When I first heard that, I thought sick meant somebody was in trouble. Sick means it's great. So catch up. You can buy the manual. You can do that. And then we also said that a good character is better than a good plot any day. I give you a whole bunch of things on how to build a background for your character so he'll sound decent and look decent and read so that he has a roundness to them. And finally, when you're creating your characters, make them interesting. Make them graceful, athletic, warriors, freeloaders, bullies, cruel, kind, selfish, unselfish, honest, clever, timid, bold. Make them aggressive, generous, illogical, warped, deviant. eccentric, warm and clumsy, and others. You don't have to write these all down. You're going to get it in the manual. And remember, like ourselves, they have feelings of love, revenge, ambition, guilt, grief, regret, loss, separation, hate, jealousy, joy, sorrow, hurt, temptation, and innocence. And finally, the other day I read about an author who wanted to describe something that wasn't very tall. He said it was about as tall as hips on a snake. I thought that was cool. I wrote it down. Go write a good book. Go write a good story. And start by ordering 30 techniques of creative writing and other acts of writer's magic. Now, I promised you that this manual will make you a better writer. It's $10. If you find after you get it that it's not worth $10 to you, email me and I'll send you your money back. Now, how are you going to do it? You're going to go to your PayPal account, remove $10, and you're going to send it to writecreatively1@AOL.com. Don't forget the one. Writecreatively1@AOL.com. And quickly now, do this before you leave your computer. Write yourself a note. Go right from here, right to your PayPal account, and do it. And be sure to check the box that says, no shipping required. It may back you up a couple of times until you see that box, because there is no shipping. It's going to come to you via the email, and it comes quickly. Now, if you want to send me a check, you can do that. Send me a personal check. I don't care. But you're going to have to email me at writecreatively1@AOL.com and ask for my address. I don't want to put this out here all over the world, my address right now, but I will send it to you. So go write a good story. Remember, $10 from PayPal to writecreatively1@AOL.com. And thank you for watching.